Imagine this. You're walking down the stairs when a completely random thought flashes through your mind. What if I pushed this person? That's an intrusive thought, bizarre, unwelcome, and completely normal. These sudden unwanted mental images or words sneak into your mind without asking. Many are harmless, but some can feel shocking or unsettling, leaving you wondering, why did my mind just think that? Intrusive thoughts often focus on things that feel uncomfortable. They might involve you, someone you love, or even a stranger. For example, you might suddenly imagine hitting someone, jumping off a bridge, shouting something embarrassing, swerving your car into oncoming traffic, or kissing the person you're talking to. For most people, these thoughts are short-lived and easily dismissed, but for some, they can stir up feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, or even shame. The key thing to remember is that these thoughts are just part of how your brain works and not a reflection of the person you are. That said, a few factors can make intrusive thoughts more likely. For those with OCD, intrusive thoughts can spiral into obsessions, creating loops of anxiety and compulsive behaviours. Some scientists think that lower levels of certain brain chemicals in the hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, can make it harder to calm intrusive thoughts. High stress and anxiety also makes the brain more sensitive, fueling rumination. But you don't need to be anxious or stressed to have them. Even calm, focused people get intrusive thoughts. Now, there are a lot of myths out there about intrusive thoughts, and some of them can make people feel even worse. So let's clear a few things up. Firstly, they're normal. Having an unusual or even alarming thought doesn't mean something's wrong with you. In fact, research suggests that over 90% of people have intrusive thoughts at some point. So if it happens to you, you're definitely not alone. Secondly, they don't make you a bad person or mean you secretly want to act on them. Thoughts are not the same thing as actions. Someone worried about violent thoughts is usually gentle, and thoughts about jumping off a balcony might actually be your brain's way of signalling danger and keeping you safe, rather than a desire to act. When these thoughts show up, there are a few things you don't want to do. Think of these like the do not push buttons for your brain. Don't argue with the thought. That's like wrestling a jellyfish, it just sticks harder. Don't try to shove it away. Pushing thoughts down is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It just pops back up. This is called the rebound effect. Like the beach ball, suppress a thought and it often returns stronger. Don't overanalyze it. Asking, what does this say about me, is a one-way ticket to overthinking land. Definitely don't keep checking if it's gone. That's like refreshing your inbox every 10 seconds. It just keeps you stuck. So what should you do when these thoughts pop up? Whilst you can't completely stop intrusive thoughts, here are some ways to reduce their impact and make them less frequent and intense. 1. Imagine yourself as the observer of your thoughts. You're not the thought. You're just the person noticing it. Imagine your thoughts as clouds floating across the sky, some dark, some light. You don't have to chase them or grab them, you just watch them pass, knowing they're not permanent and that your core self remains untouched beneath them. Remember, they're just thoughts and you don't have to do anything with it. This small shift can make a huge difference in how much power a thought has over you. 2. Normalize the weirdness. Some thoughts are downright bizarre or even funny. Laughing at them or just noticing how strange they are can actually take away some of their intensity. 3. Remember that thoughts are fleeting. Like a wave, they rise, crest, and eventually fade. You don't need to fight them, you just ride them out. 4. Try cognitive reshuffling, which means redirecting your attention to neutral or positive thoughts to break the cycle. For example, pick a letter and think of as many words as you can that start with it. 5. Spot irrational thoughts. Ask yourself, does this thought feel different from my usual ones? Is it disturbing, repetitive, or hard to shake off? If so, look at the evidence for and against it. Then reframe it into something more realistic. 6. Use cognitive defusion. Ever feel like every thought your brain sends out is urgent or important? That's called cognitive fusion. But with cognitive defusion, you can take a step back and say, okay, that's just a thought. I don't have to act on it. Then you can decide what really matters and what's just noise. It doesn't define you, and it doesn't control you. 7. Be kind to yourself. It's okay to feel uneasy when these thoughts appear. Treat yourself like a friend. You wouldn't scold someone for having a random idea, so don't scold yourself. Sometimes intrusive thoughts fade on their own, but if they interfere with daily life, making it hard to work, enjoy time with friends, or even relax, that's a signal to reach out. Therapists can help determine if intrusive thoughts are linked to OCD, anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder. There are effective treatments, such as CBT, that teach new ways to manage thinking patterns. Intrusive thoughts can feel disturbing, but they're normal and part of being human. With practice, these thoughts will lose their power and affect you far less. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so I can make more content like this in the future.